I, male 47, have a stepson, male 16, who for the purposes of this post, we'll call T. I've been married to my wife, female 48, for 2 years and have 2 daughters, female 7 and female 9, with my ex. Since the day T moved into my house, he has been nothing but disrespectful. I understand that change, especially change this drastic, moving, getting new siblings / a new parent, is hard for a kid, but some of the stuff he does just crosses a line. For example, I transferred him to a really great private high school when he moved in because I wanted him to have the best opportunities. He always complains that he doesn't like his new classmates, that the school is too far away, it's 15 minutes further than his old school, which is practically nothing, and that he doesn't like the environment. He doesn't understand that later he will thank me for this. I would have killed for an opportunity like this at his age. Additionally, he always breaks rules we have set in place. I have asked him to surrender his phone to the living room at 9 p.m. to have some family time, but he says he wants to talk to his old friends. He constantly claims not to like the food his mother or I make even when he hasn't tried it. His mother and I try to have a date night once or twice a week, and he always claims he is too busy to watch his stepsisters. We have asked him repeatedly for the passwords to his social media accounts, and he refuses to hand them over, etc. I'm sick of the disrespect in my own house, so I set some boundaries. Either he starts treating me with respect and listening to me, or he can find somewhere else to live. Obviously, I wouldn't really kick him out, but I'm hoping this scares some sense into him. My wife, however, said I took it too far and needed to apologize and tell him I wasn't serious. I feel like this will undermine my authority though. Am I the idiot? Edit. I just want to clarify a few things because they seem to be causing confusion in the comments. He did not change schools when he was 16. We had him change when he was 14, when he moved into my house, about halfway through his first year of high school. Also, he didn't know about the change. We talked to him about it beforehand. He wasn't excited, but he did know that he would be changing schools. Mini update. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time to comment, and thank you further to the people who have offered helpful advice. I didn't come here to be vindicated. I came to find out if I was doing everything I could for my stepson, and clearly I am not. I am going to try to fix what I have done wrong. I'll offer him the option to switch back schools, although I understand that it might be too late, and I will drastically ease up on the restrictions that we have been set in place. Furthermore, I am going to sit down and apologize. I want him to know he is cared for and that I was wrong. Now for a few comments before the major update. Comment 1. You're the idiot. So you ripped this kid out of his school and away from his friends, and you're pissed that he isn't kissing your ass in gratitude. Then you change up all of the rules he's ever known and are pissed that he's resistant to the change. You expect him to give up his social life to watch your kids so you can go out, and you don't understand why this would upset him. You can't be serious. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Threatening to kick him out over minor disrespect is going too far, and will damage your relationship and his trust in you. Apologize sincerely, explain your frustration, and speak honestly from the heart. Also, it sounds like your stepson has been uprooted from everything he knows without having much choice, despite being nearly an adult. Was his old school a bad one? The private school may be better, but one can still be highly successful with a public education. Did you talk to him before you made this choice for him? It sounds like he's pretty resentful, and he may have good reason to be. Now for the update. A little bit more than a year ago, I asked for advice on how to deal with my stepson. I was ripped to shreds in the comments, and deservedly so. For those who haven't read the post, I didn't feel like my stepson was respecting my authority after I imposed overly strict rules upon him. I've had a few people ask for an update, but first, I wanted to clear up one thing. Many people assume that I took an underprivileged kid and put him in a school full of rich kids. That couldn't be further from the truth. Before we married, he and his mother were very well off. We both have really well-paying jobs. The only reason he was in a public school was because the schools in our area are really great. The only reason he switched to the private school is because it is a STEM school, and I thought that would be beneficial to him. Now on to the update. After reading the comments telling me how horrible of a stepfather I was, I felt sick. This may seem unbelievable, but I was genuinely trying to do right by him, and I was beside myself realizing that I did more harm than good. My stepson never knew his father, and I jumped at the chance to have that special father/son bond with him. I eased up on many of the restrictions I placed. He no longer has to surrender his phone, and while we still do have family time, it's about once a week instead of every night. He no longer has a bedtime, and while his mom follows him on his socials, I do not. I no longer demand these passwords for anything. The only time I have asked him to babysit is in the case of an emergency, but surprisingly, now that I've stopped, he's been offering to babysit every once in a while. As for the school issue, he is still at the school. We switched him too. We had many long talks about this very issue, and he ultimately decided to finish out his high school career at the school because, while he missed his friends, he was able to recognize that this new school offered him the best opportunity to get into the college he really wants to attend. Since all of this, the relationship between my stepson and myself has drastically improved. For his 17th birthday, we offered to get him a car, and he and I had a really nice time picking out the right one. I've taken him to a few basketball games which he loves, and I've enjoyed learning about the sport from him. He actually got a girlfriend and came to me for advice about dating, which is not something that would have happened before. I will say this, I am blessed with an incredibly smart, kind and compassionate stepson. Other kids may not have been so forgiving, and rightfully so. I urge other stepparents out there to really listen to their stepchildren instead of automatically trying to take over. You may not be as lucky as I was. Comment 1. How refreshing that someone took advice rather than be defensive and ignore the chance for change. Sounds like you've grown and your stepson has benefited massively. Well done. Comment 2. You're the idiot, you spineless pushover. It's pathetic how you caved to the comments and completely abandoned your authority. Your stepson clearly needed discipline and structure, and you just let him walk all over you. He should be grateful for the opportunities you provided and respect the rules of your household. Instead, you let him dictate everything and turned into his doormat. Your wife is undermining your authority by telling you to apologize. Stand your ground and show him who's boss. And why on earth are you buying him a car? That's rewarding his bad behavior. This update is a disappointment. You had a chance to be a strong father figure, but you blew it. I feel sorry for your daughters who have to grow up in a household where their stepbrother is running the show. Grow a spine, man. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for asking my girlfriend to continue doing my laundry if she wants me to buy groceries? My GF, female 28, and I, male 32, have been living together for 4 years now. She works from home since COVID most of the time, but sometimes does go into the office. I go to my office every day. My girlfriend has always done our laundry together and never had a problem with it for all these years. Since she works from home, she takes care of a lot of the housework, but I do help out where I can when I get back from work, although she often refuses my offers with reasons like I should wash my hands better. I do wash my hands though. Lately she has started separating my undergarments and vests from the laundry pile and not washing them when she had no trouble doing that in the past. She thinks that my undergarments will contaminate her clothes and wants me to do them myself in a separate load. Yet she still washes hers in the same load. I suggested we do all our undergarments in a different load and she said no because hers are cleaner and that would be worse. She got pretty mad and made some nasty comments about my hygiene, saying I should keep myself cleaner in my privates, not soil myself. I do not, and learn how to wash my hands. I shower and I wash my hands, but maybe it is natural that men smell more ick. I am getting pretty annoyed at being treated like I am disgusting when I am not. I lived with my mom before her who did my laundry and never said my boxers were dirty. I said if she keeps doing this, I will stop buying the groceries she keeps telling me to bring on my commute from work, and she can do that herself. Now for a few comments before the update. You're the idiot. Come on. If your crusty underwear is dirty enough to contaminate the outerwear, then you have a problem. Book a doctor's appointment to make sure you don't have some random infection, but most likely it is a poor hygiene issue. Your GF is probably sick of getting a UTI every time she has sex with you. Your mom not saying anything is meaningless in this context. I bet she didn't say anything about your nappies as a baby or your bed sheets and special socks when you hit puberty either. Comment 2. OMG dude. There is no reason an able-bodied adult of sound mind should have poop stains in their underwear. No excuse. Not if you're a dude, not if you're hairy, not if your nasty friends do too. You are speeding down a road toward your GF having nothing but disgust and contempt for you. You are not her child. She should not be seeing your poop, literally, except in perhaps some really distressing illness. If she has no interest in washing your drawers because you won't wipe fully, and you can't be bothered to wash your hands well, she soon, if not already, will have no interest in sex with you. It's gross, and she'll end up with a UTI. Wipe your ass correctly. You're the idiot. Now for the update. I would like to thank everyone for giving me a much-needed reality check. I spent some time doing some research, and you guys and my GF were right, and I was definitely lazy, depressed, and neglecting my hygiene and my relationship. It brings me to tears when I think about what it must have been like for my GF. I sat down with my GF and talked to her about it, and said that I felt like I needed therapy. We got a brilliant therapist, and had some sessions alone, and some together, and worked through our issues. I hadn't realized it, but in addition to my hygiene, she was also overworked with doing house chores and finding it hard to balance work and housework. My GF agreed to help me clean up and trim my body hair one last time, and after that we bought some new shaving equipment, and I have since started making sure I don't go back to my old ways. I also started going to the gym to do a little cardio and weights, nothing too extreme. I also got myself a lot of new clothes as a treat, and changed my style a bit. including shaving off my beard, which my GF always wanted me to do. I feel like a new person and am a lot happier and energetic. Although sometimes it is a bit weird around my friends and coworkers, and I feel like it is awkward being the new me and like I lost my identity, but I've gotten used to it now. My GF is so much happier and has a spark to her eyes, and I feel like our relationship has been rekindled. Tomorrow is our last therapy session. I have also started cooking more and trying new recipes on weekends, and she loves it. I have signed up for some cooking classes as I discovered I really like cooking. I still feel really awful for what I did to her, and I can't believe how long she put up with it. She said she was very close to ending it. I feel like I truly don't deserve her. Comment 1. Wow, just wow. I can't believe what I'm reading. So you completely changed yourself for this woman just because she didn't want to wash your dirty underwear? Are you serious? It's your body, your hygiene, and you should be able to live however you want without being judged. This whole therapy thing and changing your entire appearance and lifestyle is an overreaction. It's clear that your girlfriend manipulated you into thinking you were disgusting when you were perfectly fine. You don't owe her anything. You deserve someone who accepts you for who you are, stains and all. This update is just sad. You lost your identity and became a puppet for your girlfriend's desires. Stand up for yourself and stop trying to please her. You're the idiot for letting her control you like this. I just want to say this comment was crazy, but what would you say if I told you there was another? Comment 2. Are you kidding me? You went to therapy and changed your whole life just because your girlfriend didn't want to wash your underwear separately? That's beyond absurd. You completely overreacted and let her manipulate you into thinking you were some kind of unhygienic monster. It's your body, your choice, and if you're comfortable with your hygiene habits, that's all that matters. You didn't need therapy or a new wardrobe or shaving off your beard. You needed to stand up for yourself and tell your girlfriend to get over it. This update is just pathetic. You've lost your individuality and become a shadow of who you used to be. Is this the life you want to live, constantly changing yourself to appease someone else's irrational demands? You deserve better than that. You're the idiot for letting your girlfriend control and manipulate you to this extent. Wake up and reclaim your identity. Comment 3. Don't think of it as a new identity, just an evolved version. It's a beautiful thing when people realize their flaws and start improving themselves, not only to feel better but to be better for their partner. I applaud you for making a change. That is not as easy as it seems. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.